Hey guys, what's up? So I just saw the new gameplay update, 6.8.3. I thought I would give some thoughts of it. It won't be very detailed, and I won't take everything. I'll just pick some things, and I will talk about my state of things, or how I see the state of the game, and how I think that many of the changes does not really address these problems. For example, Slark, a hero you pretty much see in every game that I play. So every high level game, you just see Slark. Was the same with Tinker, where you pretty much always saw him in all your games, because it was such a good hero. And he got nerfed into oblivion, maybe a bit too nerfed. And now I just never see Tinker anymore, pretty much never. But I thought about making some making some videos on Slark, where I talk about Slark, and where I also talk about Broodmother, because I think that's some of the most broken heroes in the game at the moment. But since the new patch came, I thought I could just make one big video where I talk about some of the changes. And so, just to make it clear, a lot of the changes I think are very good, and I agree with them. I think they're nice changes, like first rune spawns and now both bounty runes, which gives twice as much XP and gold. And initial planning phase reduced from 40 to 30. That's very nice. For some reasons he decided that all illusions now deal 25% less damage to structures. I'm not sure what the problem was with illusion pushing before. I could understand it if it was in the Phantom Lancer heyday, where everyone pick him and they just push passively with him. I guess it's a nerf to Naga as well. Anyways, I also played a lot of Windrunner, just yesterday. Got playing it and probably played a lot more. And it's very nice to see her buffed. I'm not sure why she needed buff, but anyways, Ursa and Windrunner is buffed now because there's maximum attack speed is increased. And I'm pretty sure at least Windrunner's focus fire is also buffed, so it reflects that change. But anyways, let's so I want to talk about a lot of heroes. I'm would not say I'm an expert with, like I never play X, pretty much never. But some heroes I find are very problematic in the game at the moment. And one of the heroes right now is Broodmother. So Broodmother's change right now is that Spiderling's day vision reduced from 1400 to 1100. And that change pretty much means nothing. Just doesn't change the hero at all. And so my experiences with Broodmother right now in ranked games in Europe, pretty much all above 6k, is that Broodmother is usually picked as the last hero, and is usually picked when the entire enemy team composition is already set in stone. And if we don't have a lot of AoE, I have some heroes like a limited hero pool, for example, Legion Commander with her nuke, or Axe who can stand lane and tank those Spiderlings, then you're just gonna your safe lane is just gonna be wrecked. It's not gonna have a good time, even though you put two a carry, say a normal carry like perhaps Morphling or whatever, Void, PA, whatever, and then two supports, for example CM and Disruptor. This Broodmother, if the Broodmother knows how to play the hero just decently, will just have a good time in the lane and might take the tower 10 minutes in, can easily get like 15, 20 Spiderlings, whatever you can get, and kill the supports. And it's just a horrible. I hate playing with Broodmother. It's just horrible games where you get like that. I'm not sure. I have a suggestion which for Slark I think could work well with him, and it's not a big drastic change. For Broodmother, I'm not sure. If I could decide with Broodmother, I would probably remove the hero from the game or remake it entirely, because right now there's basically pretty much only one lane that's used at, and with the webs, it just means you can't play it in any one way. You can't gank with Broodmother. You can't go, okay, I will do something else or whatever. It's you place your webs and then you pretty much have to stay with the webs, and you can't just change lanes. It just makes for very static games. You can't say, okay, I want to gank mid. Okay, I'm going mid with Broodmother. Okay, I'll plan the web mid and then I'm gonna go in this. That just doesn't work. Juggernaut is also a hero I played days ago, and it's also nice with some buffs because right now we have carries like Void and Slark, which are just, I think, way too powerful at the moment compared to other carries, so it doesn't really make sense to pick those. Crystal Maiden is also a hero that I tried to, for some reason, to play mid. And so Ashford buffed Crystal Maiden, and some of the buffs are pretty nice, like Frostbite cooldown from 10 seconds to 7 seconds, and that's fine. And but I'm not sure why that needed to be changed. But my problem with Crystal Maiden is that when you're level, so the ultimate, it scales from 200 mana to 400 to 600. So when you're level 11, and unless you buy a lot of mana boosting items, and then you are just gonna be squishy and you're gonna die instantly in the fights, then you won't even have mana to cast off your full combo. And my suggested change would be that the ultimate didn't have to cost so much. But I think maybe Iceberg want their heroes to be more different or something like that. I don't know. It's nice changes, but I think instead of making Freezing Field duration last longer, I think they should just reduce the mana on that a bit. Death Prophet also a hero that's got just a minor nerf, and it's just still a very powerful hero. And by the way, what I'm talking about, I'm not talking about competitive at all because I have not watched a lot of competitive. So I'm just talking about my experiences playing the ranked servers in Europe and what I see people pick there. Earthspirit is also a hero that's... So with Broodmother, what you hear is that sometimes when you're about to start a game, someone will say, okay, this guy on the enemy team, he's a brood picker. So that's really an insult to another guy, is that to say that he's a brood picker, Broodmother picker. And just reflects how many people hate Broodmother. Earthspirit is also somewhat of gets some hate in the public games. I think the nerfs to him are really fitting. It's a kind of minor nerfs, or actually somewhat big nerfs, but it reduces his gank potential early and doesn't change the hero entirely. Also played a lot of Earthshake and also made a guide on that. And this enchant totem doesn't really matter much for carry Earthshake, it matters most for support Earthshake, and that's a kind of nice nerf, a nice buff to him. And Void got some minor nerfs, but he's still gonna be picked pretty much always in competitive. And I guess you can still get a Garnims and have ridiculously short cooldown on that guy. And play more. So and yeah, Juggernaut got buffed, and Force Step can now be used on homing missile, which is quite cute. And I haven't tested it yet, but I think Force Step might be a viable option. I think I would probably still get yours, but I think you can probably prevent people from tipping away now. When you put the rocket, and if they just start tipping immediately, you can probably force off the rocket and interrupt the tipping. Huskar is, I think, one of the most underestimated heroes in the game at the moment, and is also one of the heroes where you can just completely wreck the opponents if they don't have any pure damage or not much physical damage. And he also got buffed. So maybe you need to get a value point in inner vitality, but it still costs so much mana that you can pretty much almost never cast it. Juggernaut also got a really huge buff, and Blade Dance has really a value point you can put in it. So I see this a lot, and I will make probably a Juggernaut sometime in the future. But please, okay, first of all, get the damn healing ward. You need the healing ward. You need it like level 2, 3, whatever. You get the healing ward, and you usually want to max the healing ward. So when I play Juggernaut, I get 1 point in Blade Dance, and then I max healing ward, so I have it maxed at level 10, I think. And it's just, if you just use just a bit micro on it, it can just save a team fight, and it can help your allies so much, and it's just insane heal. And people that use it, they use it healing ward so little, and they usually don't level it up. And I even see people skipping healing ward entirely, which is just a disaster. And now there's no reason not to just get the 1 point in Blade Dance and then just max the healing ward up. Kind of cool that Lifesteal now can control the units. Should be able to control the heroes. That would make for great fun in pub games. Like take Lifesteal is mad, takes another hero and then control it. Nah, that's a good. That's changes I really like. Where HDL has now seen not much at the moment, and now you can take I think you can take like a Kentaur or Warrunner or whatever. You can just run in, stun people, and pop out with next. So imba. It's gonna be so good. Yeah. So, and Nina got some pretty weird, some changes where Dragon Slave now, I would say that has overall buffs to her, and 5 soul duration increase from 9 to 10. The stun is now last longer, so it's a more viable hero now. I think it was fine before. And I like this Meepo change. It's a step in the right direction at least. Because right now in late game with Meepo have its respawn time reduction on 30%, which it was before. That was just ridiculous when you kill him and he just has very, very short respawn time. So that's at least a bit of a nerf of him late game. And so Morphling is a hero that I would really like to play again, but because of the Tinker nerfs, then eblade got nerfs as well. And Tinker just got nerfed into Oblivion. And you pretty much never see Tinker I played anymore. I think Icefrog went too far overboard with the Tinker nerfs. You probably have them on me at the moment. But anyways, Adaptive Strike, stun max duration increased doesn't mean anything. You're not someone talking about support morph, but you're usually not gonna stun with this strength. It's just and I really feel that the old Morphling is pretty much it's gone now because of the Tailblade move speed projectile. It just makes you that it's so much harder to instant kill people, and if you're playing against decent opponents with blink daggers or escapes or whatever, shadowblade, whatever, they will have enough time to react with that slow projectile. So I don't even want to play eblade Morphling anymore because it's a weak version. You used to be able to instant nuke people down at good enough farm. Now it's just not the same. Night Stalker also got some buffs, and for some reason Darkness no longer pauses the day-night timer. I'm not sure about that change. I have to experience it in game, but I guess that means that you won't be able to have an extremely long night, and I think that's kind of a shame. Crippling Fear now costs a lot less mana, so that's pretty nice. And what's also pretty nice is Darkness now sets all the enemy vision to a maximum 675. So that's also one of the things I want to talk about Slark. So this actually means that you can actually gank Slark, you can silence him before he can see you, I think, if the range is long enough. Anyways, I think I want to just go down, I want to move down to Slark. By the way, for some reason, Phoenix was buffed, and he's also a pretty powerful hero at the moment. Now it's his egg at level 8 and 11. Level 8 now, what's called level 11 and 16 now takes 1 more damage, so not sure if that was necessary, but it's a very, very strong hero. Guess he wasn't seen much in competitive, I don't know. Watch, big buff, play him more, play Morphling. Go berserk. But I want to talk about Slark now, because that's one of the heroes that... So, Slark is seen almost every game, and what change we get? We get pounce damage reduced from 60 to 55, and the max level 20 less magical damage. Like, it's not a change at all, and there's not really any other shadow nerfs. Like, shadowblade got buffed, it now costs, I think, 200 less gold overall. So, Slark, since Slark goes shadowblade a lot, you can almost say that Slark got a buff this patch. And one nerf I would really love to see in Slark is that reduce his night vision. Don't make him have 1800 night vision when he already have a way to pounce or blink away, a way to dispel silences and stun, and a way to remain entirely hidden under physical attack. So when you also give him 1800 night vision, it just becomes almost impossible to gank him. Every time I play a hero like Earthshake or whatever, and I have ulti and I want to gank Slark, I pretty much always need to get a smoke. And luckily I can buy a solar smoke, but I need to spend a smoke every time I want to gank Slark. Because he is also with night, and I know they have no wards, he's gonna be able to see me, and he's gonna be able to just get out of it. I just click one bottom and then, you know, he's gone. It's not like let's say it's a PA where he can blink and he has a cast animation time. No. Just poof and he's gone. Yeah. So I would like to see, and it's I think it's a kind of minor change, because the Slark has a lot of overpowered things about him and he's paid so much. But I would like to see a night vision reduction. I would like to see it be normal like all other heroes. It doesn't fit that well with his lore, with him being in a dark reef prison or whatever it is. But I'm tired of playing in Slark, and it's just too strong a hero at the moment in pubs. So reduces night vision. It's a rather small change, and I'm not saying change on any of his abilities, whatever, make it more mana cost, whatever. That may be necessary, but at least start with reducing his night vision, and so people can actually have a shot at ganking him, so we won't just see him from so far away. And Sniper is also a hero that I have been playing and that I have been struggling with, and for some reason Shrapnel no longer does damage to buildings. So that was pretty much the only reason why I really liked Sniper, and the way I was playing him was maxing Shrapnel and taking towers. But it no longer does damage to buildings, so pretty much their only niche, or what you say, the only, you know, area where we saw Sniper excel is now gone. I don't know about the new, it's now 3 charges with 40 seconds replenish time. I guess that's kind of powerful. And the mana cost is reduced. So I guess he's no longer just a pusher, but now can also fight pretty well with Shrapnel. I guess this also makes him stronger late game somewhat. I guess it's an interesting change. I'll have to see that gameplay to see how it works. I guess Tinga got a bit buffed because he realized that he was been nerfed into oblivion. Tiny buff. I'm gonna do a tiny guide soon. Tiny. It's actually, I worked a bit on it this morning, and Tiny is, I think he's a really strong hero. He helped me get very high MMR with my way of playing him. These heroes I don't know much about. I haven't played that much, so don't want to comment on them. Wind Ranger is something I'm probably going to be playing a lot today. That's Wind Ranger exclusively, and that's some nice buffs to her, and no cast point now on her, and focus fire attack speed increased. I think she's very viable now. Also Warlock buff, go play him with the upheaval, crazy. Yeah, but some thing also interesting, Diffusal Blade no longer has unique attack modifier. Not sure if it stacks with AM's mana break. AM Diffusal and mana break is just gonna be so good. Yules got buffed a bit, so that's a nerf to a couple of heals. But I think Jules needed a nerf. Was very, very strong. Also, Magic Wand increased from 15 to 17 charges. I think that's a step in the right direction because I usually just got a magic stick. It's not really worth getting a magic wand usually. Very, very few heroes actually get the magic wand. Yeah, and Shadow Amulet reduce. I think that's what I want to talk about here. So it's a very, you know, a very light overview, but it's the things that I, you know, when I read it and I saw the changes and I thought, why did he not change some of these things? Because that's what are ruining my game. So why I'm losing my games, and you know what I am thinking is what I'm seeing a lot, and what other people are playing in the highest ranking. Skyward basically is reduced from 18 to 13. That's actually pretty. I think he almost have minus armor at the beginning now. Yeah, that's a fine change because it's no armor but a lot of nukes. So I also like the blink range change on Quap. Now you can just, I guess you can get a value point and skill other things. Interesting that it's now pure damage. Yeah. So to sum it up, my thoughts on this is that there are a lot of good changes and a lot of, you know, changes I get. But there are heroes that needs to be addressed, and that is specifically Slark and Broodmother. And just let's start with Slark. Remove his night vision, or don't make it that powerful. And with Broodmother, I don't know, remove the hero from the game. I don't know, it's everybody hates Broodmother. If you have any comments, or if you think there was any changes you would like me to comment on, you can just post in the comments, and I'll try to answer it. So if it's hero like Darkseer, I never played Darkseer, and it's not something that I see too much, so I'm not gonna comment on it like I know much about it. But there's some heroes I'm pretty confident with. So yeah, nice with new patch, and we have winter map now. Just don't play too much because the snow will hurt your eyes. I think the professional Brood War players, they had to remove the snow maps because when they played so long, the snow just hurt their eyes too much. So they removed all the snow maps. They went away from snow maps entirely. So yeah, don't play 12 hours a day or whatever. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.